Howdy, folks. My name is Ladi Loera. I'm a storytelling teacher and coach in Austin, Texas, and I love storytelling. I've been making videos about storytelling for a while, and I'm very clear that a lot of the tips I give are for people who are going to be on stage telling stories at the Moth or at Risk or at our own show here, Testify. But I think I've been wrong. And I've been wrong because while the advice and tips I give will help those people out immensely, and they're good for other people who are writing a novel or a screenplay, the fact is that storytelling is something that we all do every minute of the day. Our lives are literally founded on stories that we tell and that we've been told. The tips I give are meant to guide you to make sure that the story you're telling is the one that you want to tell, to make sure that the story that your audience is hearing is the one you want them to hear. Because you tell stories every day. You tell them at work with your work friends. You tell them at home with your family. You tell them on job interviews. You tell them on dates. You tell them when you're in the car by yourself, just talking to yourself. We are all storytellers, and we all believe our stories, although sometimes our stories can be proven to be wrong. When I first was going out with my partner, he had a lot of pills that he took. And so I bought him some of those week pill tabs, those ones that go Sunday through Saturday, and you can buy them in a packet of 4 for the whole month. And I bought these to him, and I gave him, the next time we went out to him, I gave him this package, and he looked at it and he smiled and he said, "Thank you." But his eyes didn't say thank you. And I didn't fully understand why. But he talked to me about it later. And his feelings were hurt because he saw those pill boxes and they made him feel old. And he thought I was telling him that he was an old man. And I had to clarify that that was not my intent at all. In fact, I don't see the pill boxes and think they are something for old people. My previous partner, who died of a terminal cancer, he had pills that he had to take in the morning, some at lunch, some with a meal, some without a meal, some at night before bedtime, and some he had to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning to take. So I had bought him plenty of those pill boxes. But he was 45 when he passed away. This was not something I was buying for an old man. It was something I was buying just because I saw a need and I wanted to find a way to make his life easier. And when I explained this to Steve, my new partner, he understood me. And it changed the way he looked at those little boxes that he still has and he still uses to this day. But now they're not a symbol of him being old. They're a symbol of the fact that I saw a need and I loved him enough that I wanted to help him find a way to take care of it. But his story was different than mine. And I had never told him my story. So he was stuck living the one he had in his own head. It wasn't until I shared my story with him that he understood the gift I had given him. And it changed it from an insult to an act of love. I think the first stories that were told were very quick and straight to the point, with Cro-Magnon man running around saying, "Run," because that's a complete idea. Get out of here fast, something is coming, and if you don't move fast, it's gonna eat you. That's an entire story right there. Or when people were out looking for berries or other things to eat, yes, no. That describes, this one is okay for your family, yes. No, don't eat these, you will never wake up again. Those are stories. That's how we learned to survive. That's how we lived to survive up until the point where we are in the world now. And stories are still about survival, but what survival means has changed because a lot of us have access to a grocery store. We have access to running water. We have access to a roof or 4 walls. So survival is not about the basics for a lot of us. It's about how to survive in a world where there is a faction of the population that is opposed to you existing at all. I'm a gay brown guy, and the world sometimes is scary to me because I know that there are places where I am seen and actively looked at as if I am different, and treated as if I am different, and treated as if I do not belong. But my stories, when I share them with other people, they get to see the world that I live in on a regular basis. And this changes their worldview. For some of us now, survival does not mean you're looking for your next meal. It means that you're looking for a place to feel safe and a place that you can find love and be loved. Storytelling is for everybody. You do it all the time. The stories you tell are important, but the way you tell them is equally important. When your stories make sense, you do two things at the same time. You make the world both bigger and smaller. You make it bigger because you've expanded the world that your audience is living in, because now they get to see something through your eyes. And you make it smaller because these people are no longer strangers to you in your world. Now they live in it with you. I have tips here on storytelling. That's what my whole channel is going to be about. If you have questions about how it works and how to do it better, let me know. Send them to me. I love talking about storytelling. I hope this makes sense. And like I said, if this video does anything for you, go through and give us a like somewhere down there. I'll be posting more videos soon. Adios.